Okay, picture this. A massive superhighway stretching for thousands of miles. It's got a central power station running nonstop and billions of delivery trucks on the move 24/7. Now, this isn't some huge engineering project. It's actually happening inside your body right this second. Today, we're going to take a tour of that incredible network, the circulatory system.
Hey, welcome to Spotwork Learning. Before we dive in, if you find these explainers are helping you get a handle on your O-levels, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps us out and lets us know you want more of this content.
So let's start with a big question. Your body is made of trillions of cells, right? And you can think of every single one as its own tiny city. It needs a constant supply of fuel and oxygen, and it needs to get its trash taken out. So how does your body manage all that for trillions of cells every single second? Well, it's all down to one incredible logistics network. And this is it, the circulatory system. For our journey today, we're going to think of it as the body's superhighway. It's got a central engine, that's the heart, a whole network of roads and vessels, and literally billions of little delivery trucks, which are your blood cells, all working around the clock. Every good superhighway needs a power station, right? An engine room that just never, ever quits. For us, that's the heart. So let's start our journey right there, at the muscular pump that keeps all the traffic moving. When you look at it, the heart's design is just beautiful. It's basically a four-chambered pump. You've got the top two chambers, the atria, which are kind of like the receiving docks where blood comes in, and then you have the bottom two chambers, the ventricles. These are the real powerhouses. They squeeze and pump that blood right back out with incredible force. Now, this four-chamber design creates what's called a double circulatory system, and it's brilliant. Let's follow the path. First, blood without oxygen comes from the body into the right side of the heart. From there, it gets sent on a quick trip to the lungs to pick up fresh oxygen. That's circuit number 1, the pulmonary circuit. Then that fresh oxygen-rich blood comes back to the left side of the heart, and from there, it gets pumped powerfully out to the entire body. That's circuit number 2, the systemic circuit. This system is super efficient because it means the heart can use high pressure to send blood to the body, but a much gentler pressure for the delicate lungs. And this brings up a really cool detail. The heart isn't symmetrical. Why is that? Well, take a look at the muscle wall of the left ventricle. See how much thicker it is than the right? This is a perfect example of structure-fitting function. The right ventricle only has to pump blood a short distance to the lungs, so it's a low-pressure job. But the left ventricle? It has the massive job of pumping blood to your entire body, from your brain all the way to your toes. That takes some serious power, and more power means you need more muscle. Simple as that. So we've got our engine, but an engine is pretty useless without a road network, right? So now let's check out the vessels that carry all this traffic. The highways, the main roads, and the tiny local alleys of our body's superhighway system. Okay, so there are 3 main types of blood vessels. First, you have the arteries. Think of these as the major highways, carrying high-pressure blood away from the heart. Then you have the veins. These are the return roads, bringing that low-pressure blood back to the heart. And connecting everything are the capillaries. These are the tiny, microscopic side streets where all the real action, the deliveries and pickups, actually happen. And you can really see the difference in their design right here. On the left, we've got an artery with its thick, muscular, and elastic walls. It has to be tough and flexible to handle that powerful surge of blood coming from the heart. Now, compare that to the vein on the right. The pressure on the return trip is way lower, so the walls are much thinner, and the lumen, that's the channel inside, is wider, just to help that blood flow back easily. But you know, the real magic happens in the capillaries. I mean, their design is just pure genius. The walls are only 1 cell thick. Why? It's all about creating the shortest possible distance for diffusion. This means oxygen and nutrients can just slip out of the blood and into the cells super efficiently, and waste products can move back in. It is the ultimate in biological design. All right, we've covered the engine and the road network. But what about the trucks and the precious cargo they're carrying? It's time to talk about blood, the incredible life-giving fluid that transports, well, everything. So if you were to take a sample of blood and separate it out, this is what you'd find. About 55% of it is this yellowish liquid called plasma. That's basically the river that carries everything else along. Then about 45% is made up of red blood cells. These are your oxygen couriers. And that tiny little slice, less than 1%, that's your white blood cells and platelets, which are your defense force and repair crew. Let's just take a second to appreciate the red blood cell. Seriously, this thing is an absolute masterclass in specialized design. Its entire structure, every single part of it, is built for one single vital job: delivering oxygen.
So check out these 3 key features. First, it has this unique biconcave shape, kind of like a donut that's been squashed in the middle. This gives it a massive surface area, which means oxygen can diffuse in and out really fast. Second, as it matures, it gets rid of its nucleus. Why would it do that? To make more room for the most important thing inside: hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is that special protein with iron in it that literally grabs onto oxygen molecules for the ride. Every part of its design serves that one mission.
But delivering oxygen isn't the only thing happening on this highway. Oh no. We've also got a super effective team of emergency services ready to spring into action at a moment's notice. Let me introduce you to the immune patrol, your white blood cells. Some of these, called phagocytes, are like little security guards that hunt down and swallow up any invading germs like bacteria. And then you've got the repair crew, the platelets. The moment a blood vessel gets damaged, they rush to the scene, get all sticky, and start a chain reaction that forms a clot, plugging the leak to stop you from losing blood. Pretty amazing, right?
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you've got the tireless engine of the heart, the specialized road network built for pressure and exchange, and the life-sustaining cargo carried by the blood. You realize it's not just a bunch of random parts. It's a perfectly integrated, beautifully efficient system.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. This core principle we've seen over and over again today, that structure is perfectly adapted for its function, is absolutely everywhere in biology. So the question I have for you is, where else in the body, or heck, even in the whole animal kingdom, can you spot this same elegant design principle at work? And that's our tour of the body's superhighway. Thanks so much for coming along. If you found this explainer useful, please don't forget to subscribe to Spotwork Learning and give this video a like. We've got a lot more deep dives coming your way very soon. Until next time, stay curious.